Ronda Rousey made the cover.
Oh, God.
I just got this tune stuck in my head. Peyton Manning has just sold me on Nationwide.
I have Geico, and they're fantastic.
You do? Yes. Can you sing that song?
What? 15 minutes or less can save you a lot of money on your
just
car
advertise
insurance.
Geico and Nationwide for no reason. Anyway, Ronda Rousey, despite her loss to Holly Holm, has still made the ESPN cover. Shock! It should have been Holly Holm because she won, right? Right?
Wrong.
Yes, exactly, wrong. Jason. There's no...
Well, there's multiple reasons as to why it's wrong. One, that interview was set up before the fight even happened.
Of
course. And first of all, Ramona Shelburne did an amazing job with this. I've grown to really respect Ramona Shelburne. Although I don't love her radio commentary, her writing for ESPN is like top notch. It really is good. And I love that she did this for like ESPN's W section, which is ESPN like women. I'm guessing that's what the W stands for. But it's also going to be on the cover of ESPN the Magazine. I'm pointing over to Chris Paul because in a few weeks, December 8th issue, I should say, it will be Ronda Rousey. We have a picture, roll the picture. Bam. Probably a much different photo choice if Ronda won that fight.
Yes.
Maybe.
Well, she had one. Her usual photo choices of being on Sports Illustrated or other things is she's smiling and she's looking at the camera. There was that one of the body issue, which is phenomenal. Serious. This one's as serious as in I'm understanding that I lost. I'm humble, but also I'm focused on getting back. That's what I think this is. I feel like we're in an art gallery right now.
Humbled.
Yes.
Because the last thing she was
did I not say humbled?
Humbled, yeah, okay, you did. Because before she went into this fight, that was the farthest thing she was.
Oh, no, of course.
In her career.
And if she still won that fight, she would have been smiling all open to the camera. I feel like we're in an art gallery and we're very potential. Yeah, that scribble. Yeah, it really represents society. That's what it does, that scribble.
Yeah, the art, that's way above me. But a few interesting quotes from this article, and it points to why she is still in the article instead of Holly Holm. I mean, just from the sheer marketability factor, it makes sense why she was on the cover. But it might be 3 to 6 months before I can eat an apple, let alone take an impact, and that was kind of what started to circulate when this interview came out. They released it online. You can see the full. I subscribe to ESPN, so maybe I get that. But in general, if you want it, it will be out soon. The other quote, it wasn't enough for her to just win fights. She had to win in 30 seconds with some completely implausible takedowns. Yeah. She did it enough times that some of the great male athletes of our age, LeBron, J.J. Watt, Kobe Bryant, started bowing down and tweeting respect after her fights, which is very opinionated when it comes bowing down like into a fight. But the nation did, and except our comment section, by the way. Except our comment section.
Well, our comment section, right, of course,
never bowed down to Ronda Rousey. Ever. And they all took Holly Holm in that fight. Sorry, guys. I'm just calling you out for what you are. So, Francis, do you think that Holly Holm should be on the cover because she won?
Right, let me just put this all in a nutshell, right?
This is me.
This is me in a nutshell.
This is Francis in a nutshell.
So, just because Holly Holm, rightfully so, won that fight, she outclassed Ronda Rousey in that fight. She threw Ronda Rousey from her throne, right? So when you're looking at it for marketability, as you said, it's still marketable to do an interview with Ronda Rousey because everyone wants to know how she's responded to this loss and how she's bouncing back. Yeah. She's still undeniably the most notorious, I feel like I'm introducing McGregor here, the most notorious women's UFC fighter there's ever been. Of course, you're going to want to know how she's bouncing back, what she's up to now, how she recovered from a devastating knockout. It all makes sense. Why people are saying that this is the worst thing that could have happened to Dana White in the UFC in the women's division is a big whole lot of bullshit.
Why?
Because it's the best thing. You've got a comeback journey. You've got someone who, can she come back? If she loses again, yes, I understand. All right, fuck, she's lost twice in a row. She's done. It's now a chance. It's testing the champion. If LeBron James just went on and won championship after championship, it would not be as interesting a story as someone who left Cleveland, won Miami, but also lost and now has come back to Cleveland. It's about that road to something that's further than just winning all the time. Why are we looking forward to John Jones' fight? Because he's coming back from overcoming adversity, a problem where you want to see how he retaliates and responds. And there's some people that are saying, no, I like to see Ronda Rousey win after win. Well, maybe it's just from my point of view, but I'm interested in sports because of this.
When you learn in freaking journalism, if we go to the boring college days, what makes like a news story, what should lead in a news story? If it bleeds, it leads. That's something that has always applied today. And guess what? Ronda Rousey bled a lot. So that's going to lead. But more so is the magnitude. It's how close you can get to the subject. But in general, it's what is going to be the effect. I guarantee if you put Holly Holm on that cover, it would sell less copies if we were to use the arbitrary system of how many copies of the ESPN the Magazine was sold. Like, but if you're going to use the online standards, Holly Holm on the cover gets nowhere near the clicks and what will sell. It's news. You got to sell it. People need to read it. Then Ronda Rousey will. Now, I'm curious with the poll. I'm going to put up a poll on the Twitter. Go to the poll and vote for it when we put out this clip. What are you more interested in? Ronda Rousey interview, Holly Holm interview. I will be surprised if the results say Holly Holm. I don't think it's going to be overwhelming, but I would be surprised if more than 30% said Holly Holm.
Of course I want to see what she's thinking right now. And of course she's still, to me, just as much as anyone else in the division, the most marketable star. If she loses again, like I said, I think it does change a little bit. It's not just, she now has went from a one-off loss, which people think is now going to be her downfall. I think that there's still a lot to be said about Ronda Rousey. There's still a lot to be seen about her fighting ability. She understands now that she can't just walk in and try and fight Holly Holm at her own style by trying to outbox her. It didn't work. But I want to know what she's training like now. How is she adjusting? Is she, as you mentioned, more humble because she just got knocked on her ass? And if she loses again, I think it turns into a little bit more of a Tyson dynamic. When Tyson first lost, everybody wanted to see what happened with Mike Tyson and how he bounced back. When he started to lose a little bit more and time again, you start to realize, okay, I think he's done now. I think it's a little bit more painful to watch rather than a comeback story.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. The quick example I wanted to make was Peyton Manning lost every major game of his career, literally every major game, except for the Super Bowl run that he had with the Colts against the Bears, right? And he has this one Super Bowl. But he's lost so many times in big game situations, in AFC championship games. The Patriots have always had his number, and he hasn't been able to get over that hump compared to Tom Brady. Like, Peyton Manning is still in the headlines after Brock Osweiler, the quarterback for the Broncos, is a 3-0 starter and can throw the ball down. And it's still, what do people want to hear about? Brock Osweiler or Peyton Manning? It's not Brock Osweiler. It's not Holly Holm. That's just how this works.
And that's a great way to round up the clip. Do you know why? Because we started the clip with Peyton Manning.
Oh.
Make sure you leave your comments below. Oh, fantastic. All right, well, we want to know what you guys think. Do you think Ronda Rousey, rightfully so, was on the cover of the ESPN magazine? Let us know. Check out Jason's poll. He's going to put that up there, and you can vote. Which interview would you rather read, Holly Holm's interview or Ronda Rousey? Come back to TYT Sports and subscribe.